Hello class, today we will discuss the topic nature of light, and here we see the first theory regarding the nature of the light was propounded by Isaac Newton, and the theory was named corpuscular theory of light. He assumed that any source of light emit light in terms of tiny elastic massless particles. These were named as corpuscles. These tiny elastic massless particles travel with high speed along a straight line, and some of the surfaces absorb them and rest of the surfaces reflect them. And why they do so, it was not explained. Okay, so one of the main outcome of this theory is the successes of this theory is rectilinear propagation को explain किया, reflection and refraction को explain किया, but separately. Simultaneously it failed to explain reflection and refraction. Now let us conclude this theory. Isaac Newton assumed the particle nature of the light. Okay. Now some of the scientists were not satisfied with this assumption. They were assuming that light is made up of wave. So the theory was propounded by Huygens, and he assumed the light to be of wave nature, and the theory is known as Huygens wave theory of light. Here he assumed that a source of light release energy in the form of waves, and these waves, like sound wave, are of longitudinal nature, so they require a material medium to propagate and travel with a constant velocity till the medium remain homogeneous. जैसे ही homogeneity destroy होगी या break होगी तो velocity है जो वो change हो जाएगी. लाइट वेव ट्रेवल थ्रू द वैक्यूम. अच्छा देखो, अब ये बात सोचने की थी कि जो स्टार हैं वहाँ से हमारे तक प्लेनेट तक लाइट कैसे आती है. तो अगर लॉन्गिट्यूडनल लाइट का नेचर लॉन्गिट्यूडनल है तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, स्टार्स और प्लेनेट के बीच में एक हाइपोथेटिकल मीडियम होना चाहिए. ठीक है, सो दिस हाइपोथेटिकल मीडियम वाज नेम्ड एज ल्यूमिनिफेरस ईथर. A lot of experiments were done to demonstrate the existence of luminiferous ether, but all experiments failed. So question rises on the wave character of Huygens theory, okay, and its nature, longitudinal or transverse. But this theory leads to many successes. Okay, these are written here, and failures are important because the failures leads to a new kind of theory. Okay, so here polarization was not explained. You all know that polarization can be demonstrated only when the wave is of transverse nature. So this theory was supported by Maxwell, but he said light is electromagnetic wave. So he supported the wave nature. He said light is a wave, but its nature, it is not longitudinal, it is of transverse nature, and it do not require any material medium to propagate. So the polarization, which was not explained by the Huygens theory of wave, Huygens theory of light, it was explained by Maxwell's electromagnetic theory. Then in 1900, Maxwell put a new theory, and in this theory he said the light is made up of quanta of energy. So this is the first time when we are quantizing the amount of energy of the light, and this quanta of energy is known as photon, and it is a function of frequency. As the frequency increases, the energy of quanta of energy, मतलब कि photon वो भी इंक्रीज होगी, एंड h इज द प्लैंक्स कांस्टेंट, एंड दिस गिव्स राइज टू क्वांटाइजेशन ऑफ द फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी, energy, momentum, angular momentum, position, and all quantities. And this leads to, this is the genesis of quantum mechanics. So you can say Planck's assumption gave birth to a new theory, that is quantum mechanics. So here you see this theory, which is called quantum theory of radiation. It successfully demonstrated the black body radiation, all the phenomena shown by black body radiation or thermal radiation. So it leads to a lot of successes and widely accepted phenomena. Till now the theory is successful. So we need to think again. It was said that with these quantization rules, we can say the quanta of energy, that is photon, it behave like a particle whose energy is a definite amount, okay, and it is also associated with wave, which we will discuss on the next page. Here are the property of the photon. You can see this is the quanta of energy of electromagnetic radiation, and the energy of a photon of frequency nu is h nu. So it is assumed to be a particle character of the light, and you can find its momentum, which is given by energy by c, and energy is h nu by c. This is 1 by lambda, so it is h by lambda. So lambda is the wavelength which is associated with quanta of energy. So this represents the wave character. So here particle and wave character both are there. So we can say the photon is of dual character, dual nature, or dual behavior. Sometimes it behave like particle, and rest of the time it behave like wave. But a sharp boundary between the wave character and the particle character do not exist. Okay, from here you can connect the energy and the momentum. And some of the other property regarding photon are the rest mass of the photon is a non-material particle, so no matter is present inside it, so its rest mass must be equal to 0. Its velocity is equal to speed of light in the vacuum, and you can find its effective mass by using Einstein's energy mass relationship. You know, the Einstein's energy mass relationship is this: E equal to mc square. So from here you can find the effective or equivalent mass, the mass equivalent to this much amount of energy. So if the photon is of energy h nu, then its equivalent mass will be given by dividing this amount of energy by c square. Okay, so this is the basic thing. Now we will conclude one thing: when this photon quanta of energy will behave like particle and when it will behave like a wave. So the fight for the nature of the light has ended. Sometime it behave like particle, and rest of the occasions it behave like wave. So dual nature of the light has been widely accepted. The light is of wave and a particle simultaneously. Generally, for high frequency photon, when photon की energy भाई बहुत ज़्यादा है, then it will behave like a particle nature. Particle nature is more pronounced, and when the energy of the photon is low, it behaves softly, or we can say wave character, wave nature is more pronounced. Okay, but there is no any sharp boundary or wall between these two behavior or natures. So class, this is the basic discussion regarding the nature of the light. You can add a lot of phenomena which has been occurred till now. So it is, I think, a lot to have a basic idea of nature of light. Thank you class for watching the lecture. Next lecture will be on the dual character of tiny material particle. Thanks class.